Wah, wah, wooey. There are some things going on. There is an article that just dropped from thatparkplace.com. Last night, there were some goings on. I will read just a little bit of this article. I try not to usurp too much of anyone's anything. Obviously, That Park Place is way bigger than my channel here, but there are some comments that I want to make, some speculation that I want to make, and some insights that I think I have just from having followed Elon Musk so closely for so long. So, what happened? Elon Musk, Bob Iger might want to order more ulcer medication. The richest man in the world, who had choice words for the Disney CEO at a New York Times summit, was just publicly embracing the man waging a proxy war for control of the Walt Disney Company. Lola went loca today, but not for the typical Hollywood reasons one might expect on a red carpet. Instead, it could be that Disney CEO Bob Iger pardon me, is seeing red after a surely orchestrated public display of camaraderie was had between Nelson Peltz and Elon Musk. Pardon me, I cannot get over this. The latter is, of course, the man who famously told those companies boycotting X, formerly Twitter, for advertising money that they could go F yourselves. He then turned to the crowd and said, "Oh, hello, Bob," which was a reference to Disney CEO Bob Iger, the man who had just moments earlier spoken in a condescending tone about Musk and his behaviors. Now, just a little bit of conjecture here. Elon Musk is a particularly prideful individual, and that works when you have landed rockets. That works when you have single handedly built the electric, well, not single handedly, obviously, with this company, but built the electric automobile revolution and are probably on the way to creating humanoid robots, solving autonomy, autonomous driving, all of these things. If you slap Elon Musk in the face, you had better have your hands up. Elon Musk is not one of these people who will turn the other cheek. Meanwhile, Nelson Peltz is the largest private shareholder of Disney stock, as well as the head of Trian, an activist investment fund looking to shore up two board seats on the Disney directorship. Maybe that was a slip of the tongue. That's in contrast to what Disney officials want, as the board has not recommended Trian's proposed board members who will be up for ballot vote come April. Trian wants both Nelson Peltz and former Disney chief financial officer Jay Rasulo on the board, and Trian has not been subdued with their criticisms of the current board as well as current Disney management. Now, That Park Place, WDW Pro, they have all covered that as well. There is content to be had there if you are interested in those things, so seek that out. The last paragraph I really want to read here is this. But perhaps the biggest bombshell of Elon Musk joining Nelson Peltz on the red carpet of Selena Gomez's Lola film was his hinting that he was, quote, with friends, end quote, and thinking about, quote, companies to acquire, end quote. If there's anyone who has the pockets deep enough to actually help Peltz take control of Disney, it's Elon Musk. And there's little doubt in the timing of all this, considering the next earnings call for Walt Disney Company is later this week. It's hard to imagine Bob Iger having the earnings call now without even a question about this possibility. Now, a couple things here. Yes, Elon Musk is the richest person in the world, but that is only a maybe at this point, as he just had $56 billion denied to him by an activist judge in Delaware. Hashtag Let's Go Brandon. Now, in addition to that, though Elon Musk is exceptionally wealthy, he is what is known as cash poor, because all of his wealth is in actual assets. He does not have much cash. to spend. This is not necessarily a problem, as there are means of leveraging your assets for cash. All of this said, Elon Musk hinting at companies to acquire. He's not going to buy Disney. He just bought Twitter at $44 billion and was denied $56 billion. That adds up for a cool $100 billion chasm, if you will, between what Elon Musk is purportedly worth and the assets that he has. Twitter, by the way, not worth $44 billion. Disney is currently a $178 billion company. So no, Elon Musk is not going to shell out $178 billion. The good news is he doesn't have to. Nelson Peltz already speaks for 10% of the company. Now, we don't know how much of that 10% is, or at least I don't know. I am unaware of how much of that 10% is between Nelson Peltz and what other associates. It is possible that Elon Musk accounts for some of that 10% that he has been acquiring Disney stock. It is also likely that, well, Elon Musk has some very, very rich friends, some very powerful and influential friends. If you watch the All In podcast, Jason Calacanis, who is sort of a limp noodle, as well as David Sachs, have both been railing on Disney and Bob Iger for months now. It is possible they are. So I don't know what Jason is worth. David Sachs is a billionaire as well. Now, he is probably not as percentage-wise cash poor as Elon Musk, but he does do a lot of startup business, and that is capital intensive. So he is not going to have all of the play money, if you will, that Elon Musk does. The only businesses in which Elon Musk traditionally invests are businesses which Elon Musk controls. When you are the one who is sleeping on the factory floor and you have your say on things, your say goes. So there is that to be taken into account. Elon Musk is influential. Elon Musk does have connections. Elon Musk turning any percentage of his attention towards something known as the culture wars means bad things for one side of this equation, whichever side does not have Elon Musk. Now, look, you can say whatever you want about the man. You can believe whatever you want about the man. You can take whatever you want that he said at face value or as a bold-faced lie. The truth is, whether you like him or not, he is extremely effective. Now, does might make right? Might, in this case, being effectiveness. Yeah, maybe. So when we are talking about all of these people maybe pitching in, all of these people aiming for something to change, Elon Musk, at the end of January, said current Disney management is destroying the company. Time for a change. Every 1% of Disney right now, as a $178 billion company, every 1% is $1.78 billion. But Disney was 23% cheaper in November. Who has been buying those shares and driving the prices up? Is it that someone has been accruing these shares, but Nelson Peltz was not formerly in position to be able to speak for them? Or is every share being acquired now the shares that will be headed towards Nelson Peltz in the future? It seems we don't have the answer to these questions, but with that shareholder meeting coming up, it seems that we probably will not have to wait very long to get some type of answer. Now, Bob Iger is a slimy car salesman. So, and if there's car salesmen out there, I apologize for comparing you to Bobby Iger. Slick Bobby I. But he is going to avoid all talk about this in the shareholder meeting. There will be Nelson Peltz questions. There will be Elon Musk questions. There will be questions about profitability and how much money Slick Bobby I has lost. He will avoid these things. He is a classic politician. He is very good at being the politician. He's very good at that part of things. That said, all this cabal has to do, this cabal being Nelson Peltz and Elon Musk et al., all they have to do is drive up their percentage of the company. Right now, Nelson Peltz accounts for 1 in 10 shares. I have 50 shares, I think, something like that. Meaning that of my shares, a way for me to think about it is that if I held the entire company at 50 shares, Nelson Peltz now owns 5 of them. He's speaking for 5 of them. That is an easy math to do, and it's very intimidating very quickly. It can be outright ridiculous once you start talking about higher and higher numbers, the types of number that someone like Elon Musk might be able to influence. He doesn't even have to buy them. He doesn't even have to buy. Guarantee you right now, if Elon Musk got on Twitter and said everyone who owns Tesla shares should go out and buy 10 shares of Disney, we're going to take this thing over, there would be a massive run on Disney shares. He is an influential individual, more so than a rich individual. Now, you want to hear something pretty fun? You want to get into some very, very fun speculation? Something which could turn things around rather drastically, rather quickly? Elon Musk was the loose, real-life inspiration for the movie version of Iron Man. And even had a cameo in Iron Man 2. Do you know who directed Iron Man 2? Everyone's favorite Favreau. Jon Favreau directed Iron Man 2. It is highly likely, very highly likely, that in my opinion, that part of Jon Favreau's conspicuous silence during these times is that he does know the major players here, and that he is not 100% against them the way the slick Bobby eyes of the world are 100% against them. Jon Favreau, much like Elon Musk, is an extremely effective individual. I work retail. The place where I work has a lot of Christmas merchandise that comes in. One of the things that we get every year at Christmas is Elf merchandise. Now, I've never seen Elf. Not my type of movie. I don't really care. I understand people like it. I got to check. That was a 2003 movie, Elf. 2003. 21 years ago. Still a very popular movie. That's a Jon Favreau movie. The only character profitable in Star Wars is Grogu. Well, obviously there's others, but you understand what I'm saying. Grogu has been it for Disney Star Wars. What happened to the MCU the moment Iron Man snapped himself out of existence? I understand that's not how it happened in the movie, but he died. He snapped himself away. The MCU tanked. Iron Man, a Jon Favreau film. Jon Favreau is an extremely successful individual, very effective. These are the types of people to whom Elon Musk gravitates. If you look at his team at Tesla, it is stone cold killers, top to bottom, stone cold killers. And he brings them from all over the world. The guy who is supposed to be the CEO in waiting is named Tom Zhu. He's from China. That is a verboten topic in politics and business, right? The question of China. Tesla's most successful factory is in China. They are Tesla, Elon Musk, the absolute stone cold killers that he is able to assemble, move with precision, and get things done. Someone like Jon Favreau is not just someone that Elon Musk kind of knows. It will be someone who has Elon Musk's attention. Someone like Kathleen Kennedy will also have someone like Elon Musk's attention. Elon Musk does not stand by while people are ineffective. The argument for Kevin Feige has been, and I know, Ike Perlmutter and everything, I think that there's more going on there than is being made out to be simple. I think that Kevin Feige was successful, got lost in the drama of Hollywood, and crap the bed, right? But the argument that Feige will have to hang on for longer is that he did have success. The MCU was the most successful movie franchise in history. At one point, averaging $1 billion a film. Now, what were the price tags on those movies? I know that there is some debate there, but there was success there. Even still, there are glimmers of hope, I think, in the MCU. The great mass of it is garbage, I understand. Guardians 3, not bad. So the fact that things can even get through the cracks like that is promising. While and whereas, when quality slips through the cracks in Star Wars, it is immediately snuffed out. People like The Mandalorian, people like Grogu, step on the ashes and put Grogu in a movie with Rey Palpatine, whatever her name is. If the Peltz Musk initiative is able to actually commandeer Disney, first off, I think it is very likely that if they are able to accrue enough of a say, Bob Iger will be toast. Again, the same way that I started this video, Elon Musk will not turn the other cheek. Bob Iger senselessly called out Elon Musk, thinking, for some reason, he was going to make a show out of a guy as smart and powerful and resourceful and spiteful as Elon Musk. Why he thought that, how he thought that, I have no idea. I think that the cloistered ego of someone who has operated in Hollywood for so long is the only explanation. That is the only explanation. The fact is, to make it in business, you have to be effective. To make it in startup land, especially, you have to be effective. This is not true in Hollywood. This is not true simply in the CEO ranks. Mary Barra, the CEO of GM, who, by the way, sits on the board of Disney, Not effective. There was a rant from David Sachs on last week's All In podcast about how ineffective Mary Barra has been. The fact that she has been as ineffective in her own company, in her own field, in her own sector, as she has been, and Slick Bobby I needed her on the board, speaks volumes. She is not there because she is a stone cold killer. Why is she there? Why is she there? I think if, depending on the size of the cabal that is brewing here, right? The snowball of what is known as the culture wars could take off substantially if even if Bob Iger is not deposed, simply returning Disney to prominence would be a massive win in this domain, would be a watershed moment in merit and meritocracy. I think it was a Jane Austen novel, Merit and Meritocracy. That's all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out. Check out my book channel, Strip Cover Lit, that is linked in the description below. That's where I talk about poetry, short stories, novels, etc., some writing stuff as well. I do this stuff here. I do movie reviews here. I do philosophy stuff here, all this sort of stuff. So nonfiction books. So if you like this sort of thing, consider hitting the subscribe button to stick around.